76ers. And so here we go, the 76ers to start it. Here's Maxey. And slam dunk by Maxey.
And Maxey is just terrific on the drive. His speed and ability to finish is different in so many ways.
And while Embiid was on record praising the importance of continuity, I don't know that, Richard, the 76ers front office felt the same way.
Oh, yeah. What you say out loud versus your actions can be very, very different in this game. When you have a chance to go big game hunting, you do. The goal was to bring in some help for Embiid and Maxey, and they accomplished it.
Connects from three-point range.
And he likes to get in a rhythm early. Nice triple.
We're about 1 minute into the first. And the dunk by Embiid.
That's a big target for some alley-oops. Embiid using that size.
Hero with it. Now defended by Embiid. Oubre with the steal. Oh, he blocked it and deflects off the backboard. Pass to Burks. Good ball movement here by Miami. Adebayo the screen. Floats it up for Adebayo. Hero on the wing. Here's Ware. Just 5 to shoot. It's good. It's his second basket. He's shooting 2 for 4.
Boy, he is looking confident. Love how they're using him so far.
Yeah, when he gets engaged this early in the game, it's bad news for the defense. He can roll this start throughout the rest of the game. Obviously, this guy has a talent for scoring, able to problem solve for whatever the defense tosses at him.
Oh, why, dunk you very much.
He can really fly, and you combine that, Greg, with some nice penetration, too, and you've got 2 points. And slam dunk by Maxey.
Getting up and finishing, Maxey leaving no doubt.
This team has handed a lot of responsibility to Tyrese Maxey, but Greg, he's lived up to it.
And has grown very well into his role with the team. Shown that he can be a scorer all over the floor. Amazing to think how far he's come in such a short amount of time.
And Eric Spoelstra, the head coach of the Miami Heat, receiving a record 8-year, $120 million extension. Greg, that's some big dough.
Is it ever? It remains coaching for the only NBA franchise he's ever worked for. Already one of the most tenured head coaches in the association, and that figures to continue for a while.
And we'll have a timeout called by Eric Spoelstra. He wants to talk to his guys. First quarter of basketball, just over 2.5 minutes play. Mitchell outside. To the inside. Nifty move. And it's laid up and in by Anderson.
Yeah, another nice bucket down low. They've really been able to work the ball into the post effectively here so far.
Now here's Embiid. Back to Oubre. A 3-ball. The rebound by Anderson. Miami trailing. And Robinson wide open. He shoots. Good on the triple.
And what kind of defense was that? You can't give up wide open threes like that. What are you doing?
Outside, George. Fires from deep. It's good. He makes his first shot of the game.
And that last three must have bothered George a little bit. He goes to the arc with a purpose and fires off his answer.
Now, here's Maxey. He's got 8.
Puts the D in a tough spot when you have a point guard who can throw it down.
He really does, G.A. He really does put pressure on him.
Yeah, hard to strategize for a guy who can make a pass or a play like this right in your face.
The 76ers leading by 3. Pass to Embiid. Back to Maxey. Now, here's George. Clock at 6. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Jaime Jaquez. That is his first foul of the game.
Second team foul. Substitution on the floor.
And here's George for 3. Miami grabs the miss. 30 seconds left in the first. Pass to Hero. Down low. Here's Jovic. It's deflected, and he's able to get it back. Nice fake, but the layup off the mark.
I thought he had that all sewn up, but somehow the defense just threw him off.
And here's George for 3. Buries it from three-point range. George has got 6 points. Here's Jovic. Tyrese Maxey. He's been the guy making things happen for the Philadelphia 76ers. He got into double digits for the quarter with 10 points total. And we'll be right back after this. And hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. Halfway through the first half in this one. And some stats here, guys. The scoring breakdown for the 76ers.
Well, they're off to a good start getting it inside and scoring at close range. Solid fundamentals so far in this one.
RJ, one league rule that has gotten a lot of attention. Carrying the basketball.
Oh, these guys carry the ball at a ridiculous rate. Even Allen Iverson used to do it, and then eventually he took it out of his game. But yeah, the referees could clean it up a little bit, I'll be honest. If you give a shooter of his skill an opening like this, he's going to take it every time.
And here's Hero. He'll bring it up for the Miami Heat. They trail by 3. And Embiid pulls it down. Here's McCain. The shot's good on the assist by Butler. McCain's got the lead up to 6 now for Philadelphia. And so here is Miami. Shot's good by Hero.
Oh, and the touch on the interior. Hero can hit jumpers as well as capitalize in close. And you know, guys, with Embiid on the floor, it's not just about his individual play. He changes everything for everyone on that team. That's how dominant he is. It's not just statistics. His presence alone propels them.
So it's both teams making substitutions here. Second quarter of action, about a minute and a half played. Inside, here's Jovic. Good D by Embiid. Philadelphia leading by 4. Pass to McCain. Lets it fly. Out to the right wing. Here's Grimes. No good on the 3.
And even with good coverage defensively that time, he has confidence to drill the 3.
Let's check in with our reporter, David Aldridge.
Thank you, Kevin. Joel Embiid talks about leading his team. He said, "I've been guarded so many different ways."
Embiid climbs the ladder, if that's even possible.
The perfect roller. Joel Embiid can pop out and shoot, cut, make the extra passes, really anything in that set.
And we'll have a timeout called by Eric Spoelstra. He's going to have a discussion here on the sideline. The Heat trailed by 6. And Dwayne Wade is the first Heat player to be honored with a statue. And Greg, that's pretty significant for a very successful franchise.
And Kevin, well deserved, right? D-Wade, the best player in franchise history. He helped bring 3 championships to the city. Plus, he's already got a street named after him.
Just outworking the shooter, keeping the shot off target and bagging the rebound.
Now, here is George. Lays it up and banks it in. And it's an 8-point 76ers lead.
And moving George around the floor keeps the defense guessing.
Pass to Highsmith. Good ball movement here by Miami. On the wing. 5 to shoot. The Heat need to get a shot off. Where? And it's out of bounds. The Heat able to retain possession here. And in the second quarter, a little under 3.5 minutes played already. The 76ers leading by 8. Here's Maxey. That's good, and that's Embiid with the assist. And that's 12 points for Tyrese Maxey. Again, the miss by the Heat. Here's Philadelphia. 10-point lead. This is their biggest. The 3 from George. Great defense that time from Jaquez.
Locking the arc down. Defense knows it's on them to scare off those shots.
Attacking in transition, the most consistent way to generate easy looks.
Yeah, when you hustle on the break like he does, good things tend to happen.
And we will have a timeout called by Nick Nurse. He wants to make some adjustments to the game plan, clearly. So both teams making some changes here. Here's George. 8 points for him. The tray. Rebound by the Heat. There's 53 seconds left in the first half. And that one's good, Mitchell.
The assist goes to
A quality pass, setting up a quality shot. It's just textbook basketball.
Maxey with it. 12 points for him.
Oh my God, boy. Get your ass.
Slam dunk by Maxey.
My goodness, that move was just nasty.
Yeah, they broke his motherfucking
That's a
ankles.
Major league throwdown.
Keeps a tight grip on that rim, too, after the finish. And so it's Maxey who brings up the ball for Philadelphia. They've led by as much as 10. Pass to George. Launches it.
Fuck.
It's hauled in by Bam Adebayo. The Heat trailed by 6. Wiggins right side. Here's Jovic. Rozier with the ball. With 4 seconds on the clock. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. That one on Maxey. It's his first trip to the line.
And he was dialed in at the line a season ago, 87% from the line.
That shot, no good. So that'll be it for the first half. Fairly even battle underway in this one. 76ers lead by 5. Live from Philadelphia, you're watching 2K Sports. And we're halfway through this one. Plenty of basketball left in a game that's been fairly even so far. The Heat trail by 5. And what about the evolution of Tyrese Maxey? Greg, according to him, he's just getting started.
Well, Kevin, I'd have to agree. I mean, he's got some big shoes to fill with James Harden leaving, but each year this guy has just gotten better. And not only has he matched Harden's production in Philadelphia, I think he's exceeded it.
George looking around. Shot clock at 6. Oubre with it. Now defended by Wiggins. And here's George for 3. It's hauled in by Hero.
This is the definition of forcing. He's trying to get himself going, but taking tough shots just won't do it.
And that tells the tale here today, guys. Throughout this game, they've been able to get the ball in tight and finish.
The Heat shooting their 3rd free throw shot of the game.
At the line for 1.
On the free throw, no good. And Nick Nurse, Greg, the 26th head coach in 76ers franchise history.
And Kevin, known for his creativity in that outside-the-box thinking, I think it's a good fit with this forward-thinking front office.
To the middle, Burks with the steal. Time now to turn to our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David.
Hey, Kevin, even with an MVP and Joel Embiid, the Sixers can't be a one-man show. Embiid says, I watch a lot of games and I see what's working. Good basketball means cutting, moving, guys getting off the ball, and it's moving and not sticking. But you need the right guys to execute that system. I think we've got the right guys. Kevin?
Well, you and I agree they do, David. Thank you very much. The Heat trail by 5. They double him with George. Pass to Ware. And again, it's the Heat missing. Just a little over 90 seconds gone in the 3rd quarter. Lobbed up there for Embiid. In the corner, George with it. And it's off from 3-point range. And Miami has possession. They've only allowed 2 points so far here in the second half. Pass to Burks. And he makes good on the layup.
And you gotta love the big bucket in the paint in this sort of a grind-it-out game.
Now Maxey. He's got 14. Here's Grimes. Offline with his 3. Well, G.A. Adebayo came from very humble beginnings.
Yeah, raised by his mother. And Kevin, Bam's main motivation in life was to get her out of that trailer. He worked extremely hard and now arguably a top 25 player.
Rare you'll see him miss such an open look.
The alley-oop layup, very well done. And the 76ers lead by 5.
And what an alley-oop. Those two read each other so well.
It's a play I'm sure they love to run. And George with the stuff.
And a little verticality there from George, not to mention the timing between those two on the alley-oop.
Puts the move on, and it's good on the layup. Ware's got 4 this quarter.
Just a textbook lead pass right there, putting it right where it needed to be.
Pass to Grimes. Back to Maxey. Oubre on the wing. Drills the three-pointer. Oubre's got 5 now.
A legitimate sniper from distance. Love seeing Oubre Jr. shoot it with such precision.
The 76ers leading by 8. To the paint. Good ball movement here by the 76ers. And here's George for 3. Miami grabs the miss. Down low. Here's Burks. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
Nice work to get it inside and draw the contact.
And let's get your take, guys, on the hustle stats for Philadelphia.
They have found a lot of success in transition, running at every opportunity and getting points before the defense can get set.
They set the screen, and he lobs it up toward the rim.
You can tell Maxey enjoys moving the ball. He likes setting up other guys.
Pass to Adebayo. Of right side. And here's Adebayo. Still without a basket. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up. For Miami, they have hit just 2 free throws and 5 attempts today.
And attitude plays such a big role in Adebayo's game. This guy is a worker. Doesn't mind getting his hands dirty if it means getting his team ahead.
It's 9 seconds separating the shot clock in game. Maxey attacking. And slam dunk by Maxey.
Just rubbing it in their faces with that dunk.
He is never going to take his foot off the pedal.
And that finish shows you how dangerous he can be as a passer and a finisher.
No one near Edwards as he lets it fly. No good from 18. Robinson for 3. And that would have counted, but his shot was off the mark this time. And so it's Philadelphia with a 10-point lead. Some breathing room heading into the break. They're pounding the ball inside, and that's where they've gotten their best production tonight. We'll get you back to the action after this break. And this is it. Glad to have you along for this 4th and final quarter. And it's Butler with the ball. He'll bring it up for the 76ers. Pass to Yabusele. Back to Butler. Now to the wing right side. Embiid, no good. The Heat trail by 10. Here's Rozier. Lays it up off the glass.
Nice ball movement there. That's how you break down the defense.
Now the 76ers with it. Knocked away. And here comes the break. Finished off the break.
And once Rozier spots that hole in the defense, he just doesn't hesitate. Just sends the ball to an open shooter.
Here's McCain.
And really just a great play to sacrifice his body and take the charge.
Substitution for your 76ers.
About a minute played here in the 4th quarter. Here's Rozier. Back to Love. And the dunk by Love.
He gives up a bit of size at the center position, but his leaping ability, well, let's just say that makes up for it.
Pass to George. Just 5 on the clock. Inside. Grimes. Misses the layup. The Heat trailed by 4. Here's Larson. Off target from three-point range. It's George on the wing. Another miss by Philadelphia.
I didn't see that miss coming. I mean, he's usually been money from that range.
And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
And Rozier's not one to be afraid to take things into his own hands. He'll get inside and get physical.
That's good from Rozier. And Miami making a change here. And both free throws good for Rozier. And we will have a timeout called by Nick Nurse. Clearly, he's got something his players need to hear, and immediately. And let's head over to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Well, during that break, Coach Nick Nurse talked to his team. Now, he emphasized it's anybody's game right now. He told his guys to focus on finishing the task at hand and not to get distracted. He wants them to go out there and play with authority. Kevin?
All right, David, thanks. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
What I love most about Maxey is his aggressive attitude. When he's out there, he keeps his foot on the gas pedal.
The Heat making a switch here.
Now he's perfectly comfortable doing work at the line.
The Heat trailed by 4. There's Hero with the 3. Oubre pulls it in.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the 3. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession.
Has to wear. It's hauled in by the 76ers. And here's George for 3. The 76ers again can't hit it.
And since halftime, he has just been ice cold. Just can't seem to get anything to go his way. Well, they're getting stops, and they're attacking on the offensive end.
All the momentum seems to be running in their favor. They're close to taking the lead.
Embiid inside the line. Can't nail the jumper. Here's Larson. Here's Ware. It's good. This game is all even.
And you want him taking big shots for you in big moments. That one was as easy as it gets.
Yeah, it's clear why they go to him in these moments. They know he's going to deliver for them.
And even without that 3-ball dropping for him, the defense should have done more on that last play.
Robinson misses. Here's Philadelphia. They've led by as much as 10. Pass to Embiid. Outside for George. Lets it go from deep. Drills it from outside. And the 76ers lead by 3.
And guys, George takes pride in hitting big shots. Just get him the ball and let him do his thing.
And we'll have a timeout called by Eric Spoelstra. And he knows there's no room for mistakes and wants everyone on the same page.
Substitution. Dan Adebayo. Andrew Wiggins. Haywood Highsmith.
1:21 left in the 4th quarter. Now, Hero. And he banks in the layup.
And, you know, some guys shrink as the game tightens. Hero calls for the ball. Clutch.
There's a screen. Pass to Grind. Off the mark there with the 3-point shot.
Shocking that he just bricked that one. The defense got real lucky there.
Here's Wiggins. Yes!
And you can't get a bigger bucket than that.
What a huge play coming through when it matters most.
To the left side wing. The 3. Shot Shot by Grimes. No good.
He is single-handedly dropping the temperature in here with that cold streak.
Yeah, right now, he's just in his own head. Not much you can do to try and push through it.
Driving the lane. Kicks it out to Maxey. Just 2 seconds between shot clock and game clock. 6 to shoot. And here's George for 3. Bullseye!
It's been this way since halftime. Tremendous production from beyond the arc.
In the modern NBA, you have to hit threes to win games, and they've made that adjustment since the break.
And we'll have a timeout called by Eric Spoelstra. The magnitude at this juncture in the game clearly warranting a timeout. What do you think we're going to see here?
Big chance here to tie it with a bucket.
And you also have to wonder if they'll try for a 3, but they'll probably try for a 2, but if something opens up outside, I doubt that they will hesitate to take it.
The Heat making a switch here. Here's Hero. And they commit an intentional foul.
And taking a technical there is the last thing you want to do. The opposite of smart basketball. Yeah, those free throws make things a little more simpler right now. They just have to guard against the three-pointer.
George, that's a two-pointer. No good there. So it's the 76ers taking the win in a close game. That was a fun night of basketball and fabulous finish as they continued to wait.